Hey, what's going on, guys? dj-Ology.com, the science of DJing.
How are you doing, guys? I'm DJ Russ. I'm coming on as a guest today.
Like, subscribe, share. All right, so hey guys, once again, welcome out dj-Ology, the science of DJing. And a while back, I went on Facebook and I asked some people some different content ideas of what we should cover on the next segment. And I think Brad Sellers, he went through and he put down a bunch of things. And the first thing he put down was how to talk on the microphone.
Yes.
So there's so many different ways to answer that question. So I was able to get my buddy here, Russ, to help me out with it because, we have a lot of things to cover when it comes to that. So Russ, tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I'm a DJ. I've been doing it for 10 years. I love to talk on the mic. My first 6 years of my career was actually strictly being an MC over at Busch Gardens, Tampa, where I am originally from. And then only about the last 4 years that I really get into the whole DJ mixing kind of thing. So most of my experience actually is strictly MC.
Yes, so we got a professional on the field here. But before we get into his expertise, which is theme parks, we're just going to cover a couple different things of different times you would use the microphone. First thing we'd like to cover is clubs. Now, there's different goals that you'd probably like to accomplish when you get on the microphone at a club, like...
You could be welcoming people in, trying to get them hyped during a certain part of a song. You could be trying to promote sales in a club, promote alcohol specials, any kind of thing like that.
You could be on the street trying to get people into the club.
That's right. Yeah, you could have a handheld wireless mic, be standing out in front of a club, trying to be an interactive personality, trying to promote volume inside the club overall.
Yeah, some clubs, they bring in radio spots, people that do advertising from the radio. So a very important thing to know is how to do your counts. So let's say a DJ's mixing a song and then there's an 8-bar loop or an intro until the next song. That's when someone would want to hit their tag, right? They'd be like, blah, 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 and make sure you're having a good time, hands up high, and then the song comes in, right?
Because there's nothing harder to do than talk over a lyric in a song when you're dealing with drunk people.
Yeah, people want to sing along to the song, they want to rap it, they want to meme it.
They're like, what did that guy say? Oh wait, no, that was that song. Wait, he said something. I couldn't hear him, So
you're like, what's going on?
That's why taking like an 8, 16, or even 32 bar loop, it's really, completely subjective, totally up to you. But as long as it's looping and it's strictly an instrumental, you can be free to talk over that as long as you want.
Yeah, talking in the club is definitely an art, especially if you're trying to get people involved. Like, let's say you're playing this remix and it's got a drop and it's about to hit, and then it hits and everybody's like, oh, yeah, what's going on? But you could have got on the microphone and said, that's right, guys, I want to see everybody bounce when this beat hits. And then people will get involved if you're involved.
You see a bunch of hands in the air.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
When in doubt, tell them to put their hands in the air if you think you need to add energy to the club. But it also can be corny and overused, and you probably wouldn't want to do that as well.
It can definitely be overused.
Definitely takes some experience.
Any
other reasons you'd want to use the microphone in the club?
How you sound personally over a mic, which is something you might want to practice. Because tonality, dictation, all kinds of things.
If you don't have confidence when you go on the microphone,
right,
they will eat you alive, or not pay attention to you,
or ask for the mic themselves. That
could possibly happen.
That would definitely. I've had that happen before.
You're like, you suck. Give me the mic.
I'm like, no, bro, you go take another shot of tequila. Go sit down.
I think Megan was telling me that the other day. She's like, oh yeah, they wanted to take the mic and everything. We're like, no. The mic is mine. But yes, it definitely, you also want to find out if your club wants that kind of thing, because, as far as I'm concerned, a DJ plays music. Now, a club owner might be like, oh yeah, but I need to do sales, so you got to get on the mic. And a lot of DJs, they don't like to talk on the microphone. They don't even know the first thing about going about. I spent half of my career, and the only thing I said was last call. That was it. And then it was definitely...
That's a very important sentence.
How to make last call at the end of the night.
They have to know.
That's just a few things to think about. Okay, so that was clubs. Next thing you'd want to do is weddings. That's be the most...
Totally different animal.
Yes.
Completely.
Much more elegant than when you're in a club. You could probably swear a lot when you're in a club. You probably don't want to do that when you're at a wedding.
Everything at a wedding really has to be crystal clear, very precise. You don't want to confuse your crowd by maybe over talking or explaining too much. It needs to be cut and dry, what to do, because at the same time you're talking, you're also corralling people.
Yeah.
You know, you're taking them from place to place, such as your ceremony, into the cocktail hour. Where is cocktail hour?
Yeah.
You know, do they know? No. You have to tell them, all right? And then you take them from cocktail hour to reception. Is reception where cocktail hour is? Is it indoors? You know, you have to explain this to them, and you can't confuse them at the same time, because more than likely they've already been drinking.
Yeah. And another thing with that is you'll notice you'll have to say things 3 times. You'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, we're about ready to pick up our things and head into the reception area. Once again, the reception area is inside the building. So once again, guys, pick up your things and head towards the reception area.
I'm just getting frustrated.
Just in case they didn't get it, because they're going to come up and be like, what was that again? I didn't quite catch all that, even though you said it 3 times. But the point is to be very clear. When I say to say things 3 times, it's just a different way of wording it.
Finding a new way to say the same thing over and over again. That way you still sound fresh.
Yeah, but with a wedding, you gotta be more commanding.
But not too commanding.
I mean, commanding, but not rude.
Yeah, you don't want to come off as rude.
Especially when it comes time to dance time. You're like, all right, guys, it's time for us to dance. Do you want me to pull your teeth, or are we gonna have fun with this?
I would even go to say that mic presence and not coming off as rude or too pushy is extra important at a wedding, because when you go to a wedding, you're essentially taking an interview from everybody that's out there for another possible wedding. Odds are someone in that crowd is probably going to be getting married or knows someone who's going to be getting married very soon, and then that could be your interview, that wedding.
Yeah, you gotta be likable. Gotta be likable.
Very likable.
So the next thing is pretty much is Russ's forte, and I've learned how to do a lot of this myself, is the interactive family dance party. Now, how often do you talk on a microphone at one of these?
Okay, so when you're doing an interactive, family-friendly dance party, whether it be, you know, like at a poolside event or a theme park, you're pretty much the life of the party. So over-talking isn't really that much of a worry, but you still, like, you know, you're not worried about talking too much, because they're there for you. Like, you know, like you're there for that 3 or 4 hour slot. You know, obviously when you take a break mixing, you can do that too. But whenever you're on. You're engaging.
Well, one thing you have to understand is that when people go to a theme park, they're not looking to dance. You have to create that atmosphere and be like, oh yeah, this is what I want.
They're really not looking to think.
Yes, of course. It's very important to be commanding and own the show and lead them into a series of things that you've lined up for them.
You have to be high energy on the mic, a presence right from the very start. Like, hey everybody, what's going on? My name's DJ Russ. We're here today at the pool. We're having fun until 4 p.m. It's my job to make sure everyone's having a good time. We're going to be doing dancing, games, different competitions. We're going to have fun with the kids, fun with the adults, all that kind of thing. You know, set the tone. Yeah. Set the tone.
One very common mistake I see people using is they like to ask a question.
You guys ready to have fun?
Do you guys want to come over and dance with me? And then they have an option of saying no. Or,
yeah.
Like, it's more like, guys, come on over here. We're having a great time tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one, I got to tell you. So the photographer had come up at a prom, and they were like, okay, I want you to make last call for our wedding, or our pictures for the prom picture. Last call for the prom picture. So I gave it to another inexperienced person, and they got on the microphone and said, if you guys want to have your picture taken, this last call, and I had to stop.
Oh man, let me go right over.
Yeah, right. So I had to stop him and correct it. I was like, hey guys, this is your last chance to have a picture taken. Remember, pictures last a lifetime. Head to the back to where the photographer is. They're getting ready to leave soon. Get that picture now.
I would have been embarrassed.
It was well, you know, we live. Mm-hmm. We live and we learn, you know. I actually took that as a good opportunity to explain proper etiquette on the microphone to that person.
And here we are.
Here we are. Now we got to make a video about it, right?
Here we go. I like it.
So that was okay. What did we cover? Clubs, weddings, interactive shows. Okay, so trade shows. We do a little bit of that as well.
That is all about selling.
Yes.
Yes. You have to sell yourself. Not in that way. You have to sell yourself.
He's about ready to hop on a pole.
No. You gotta sell yourself. You are your product. Everyone is going to be a constantly rotating crowd, so you have to draw them in. So I do trade shows for a few different companies around the country in a few different states. And whenever I go there, it's long days, so you really have to, pace yourself at the same time, know when to draw that crowd in. So like whenever you get a huge crowd that's just walking by, that's your opportunity to really shine.
Great circles.
So it's like, consider it like a giant school of fish just passing you. All right, you got to reel them in with the bait, which is the product that you are selling. Okay, so so you gotta be like, hey everybody, what's going on? We're gonna get some dancers on the stage. It's gonna be super fun in here in 5 minutes. Check out our product wall. Check out our sales. Check out our specials. This is us. You gotta really get your attention. Grab their attention right away.
Yeah.
As soon as they're passing, because that is how you are going to sell the most amount of product as possible in a single day. Trade shows can typically happen for 8 hours a day, a few days a week, like up to like 3 days in a row. So you get lots of chances, which is cool.
We also do some events where we have to like people move. So a bunch of people are coming in, they get to check out the showroom floor, but you also don't want them to miss out on other opportunities that are happening throughout the day where they have to actually go to another building. So that's very important to be very clear. You definitely want to hit your 8 count when you're doing mixes in between. Yeah.
What we were talking about in the clubs as about, setting up your 8, 16, and 32 bar instrumentals without lyrics, that's extra key at trade shows, because people's heads are like in the sky. They're looking at everything's shiny and colorful and distracting, and you have to attract them to what you are being shiny, colorful, and distracting about. You have to draw them in, and a better way to do that is like what we were talking about with the clubs, having that instrumental looping so that way you are crystal clear on the microphone and you can be heard exactly the way you want.
Now, saying things once in a show like that 3 times, you might even want to up your count. Now, upping your count is dependent on who your manager is, because everybody has their hot points. Maybe they want people to go to a different show that's taking place in 30 minutes, and you got to fill those seats. So how do you do that? You stop the music and you say, hey, guys, create hype for the show. That's what's going on. You don't want to miss out. You got to fill those seats. You want to make your manager happy, and of course, you want to do it again next year.
I will say one thing though. How I MC and how I've always MC'd over the microphone, I have taken, and don't laugh at me, I've taken Ryan Seacrest as inspiration, because that guy is the definition of a successful radio or TV personality, where his voice literally makes the commercial. He could say anything, and it sounds like gold. Okay, he could be selling trash on the side of the road, and it would sound exciting.
I would probably buy it.
I might buy it. But the thing is, that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning about the importance of your dialect, your overall volume, your confidence, your inflection, your tonality. There's a lot that goes into how you can sound over a microphone. So this is just my talking voice. Yeah. But whenever I'm emceeing, I'm sounding like this. I'm having a great time. We are here at the event, and we are having a ball, man. So feel free to come on over. Let's have a good time. Let's party. So it's different. It sounds different.
He's going to turn it up. He's going to turn it up.
It sounds different.
Well, my favorite thing is like to get on the microphone. Y'all ready to have a good time today? Put your hands up. Come on.
And it could be just a slight difference, So when I'm talking normally, this is how I sound. But when I'm talking like this, I go a little bit higher. My voice is in the back of my throat. I have this kind of raspy thing going on, but it's not hurting me when I talk like this.
Yeah, he's into it. You got to be into it.
It's not. You got to find what that niche is and practice it. You could practice it in front of the mirror.
Yeah, that's what I did a lot of times.
You could just practice it, in your own studio. Just have a speaker next to you while you're talking on a headset mic, just like this. See how you sound, and maybe bring a friend in, and just get their opinion.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, dj-Ology.com. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think about Russ, or not.
Or not. Yeah, that's fine.
Works too. All right.